but that was just something else. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, I can't really relate to that because whenever I played games, I lost every single time, like a lot. I mean, there was very few chances where I won, so I kind of got used to losing. So, but it wasn't that bad because I always had fun, and if I didn't have fun, then I didn't see. I saw that as losing, but if I did have fun, I saw it as a win. So, because I really think, like, I mean, it's fun to win. Don't get me wrong, it's great, but if you have fun, just fighting and doing all that stuff in the game, then I feel like it's accomplished its goal to entertain you. So,
well, like I said, though, a lot of people's goals in games isn't just to entertain someone else. I mean, yeah, games have been created to entertain, and that's a problem because when it comes to books, I mean, I have a whole bookshelf dedicated to book. I got Stephen King, Christie Lampsey. I even have the Twilight books. Yes, the Twilight books. The movies suck, don't get me wrong, but the books themselves were good, just like the Harry Potter books. I mean, the last book itself, they split into 2 movies, and they didn't include any. Well, they include a lot, but they didn't include the heart of the book, because the books, there's a difference between books and movies. Movies you watch, you see them, but with books you feel them, not in the sense that you just physically touch them, but they reach your mind, they make you think, because you have to process all this data, and it makes you want to feel. And I guess with that, it's just something else,
I guess. But see, I have trouble reading. I don't know if I got ADHD or something, but I can't sit down for an hour and read something. I have to do something else. So that's why like video games really help me just kind of just calm down and do whatever and entertain myself, because I actually get entertained because I can do something. I'm moving my fingers and I'm watching my character move and stuff. When I'm reading a book, I just see words and 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 words. So it just doesn't jive me. So that's why I go to video games most of the time for entertainment. So
also with that, Matt, is the generation you weren't after me. Wait, were you the class that came after I did?
Yeah, right after you guys.
So you're just a generation behind, but actually I'm a generation before you. I was a class ahead, but I was a generation behind because I was born late in the year or so. It made me start late. So I'm actually older than Caleb. I mean, even though he's like God, he's a foot taller than me. I'm a year older than him. Heck, Cameron, I'm 2 years older than. And just to point that out, I was born in '95. I'm not going to hide that. But the difference is, I actually did grow up in the 90s. I didn't, and when I went to school, it was 2000. No. Yeah, 2000-ish. But I do remember 9/11. That's what I'm trying to get at. Plus the upbringing I had, I was taught to, hey, read books. I mean, when elementary school, God, every summer there was a reading project they forced on us. I remember doing the Fly Lord or something. It was about this kid who was a thief, and
yeah,
it's just, I don't know, just something about having a book in my hand. I mean, I even catch myself not only typing books, because I do write books. That's not anything that's hidden. But also, when I'm reading a good book, like Christie Lampsey series, the Last Dragon Chronicles, there was a Fire Within, Fire, Ice, Ice Fire, Firestar, the Fire Eternal, Dark Fire, and that's where he should have stopped, but then he made the Fire World, and I could feel the spirit of the series change between the 5th book and the 6th book, and it changed in such a way that I just didn't bother buying the 7th book, the last book, because of this. I could feel the story change so much. It wasn't the original idea of the author. I mean, even the original book, The Fire Within, it was meant to help promote Squirrel of Awareness in Britain or something, like Owl or something.
It's Wait, squirrel awareness? Squirrel.
Yeah. As
That's
in
in
the
the.
little rats that run up and down the trees.
Why would you want to make them aware of squirrels?
Apparently, like they had a breed that was being in danger of being hunted down or something
Ah,
like that, and the uncle
okay.
wanted to raise rodents. Like, hey, these actually are creatures that we should protect. I mean, I'm not going to say that no, we shouldn't protect squirrels. Go outside and shoot it with a BB gun. No, because if you think about it, everything has its part in the ecosystem. But to the same point, he made a series about dragons, but the original was to help save a life, help save show love, and then when they change, because I will admit that series made me cry
Yeah.
several times, and I stayed up and I cried. But when the book, uh, the Fire World came out,
Yeah.
I was just cold to it because it wasn't the same book. It's not that the characters did change, but it was still the same characters. But I just didn't feel the connection. Like the author himself didn't have the connection. And I getting back to the original point, when I grew up, books, yeah, there was TV, but I was always that kid that read books. I mean, I was reading freaking college books in elementary school, man.
Dang.
Yeah,
See,
and I have dyslexia, so that's saying something.
do you? I don't know if anyone in the audience remembers this, but the AR program. You know, you had to read like a certain number of books, and you get points every time you took a quiz on it. And you had to get a certain number of quiz points, and then you got those quiz points. You got to go to the end of your party instead of having to sit in the room and read all day. Yeah, that they did. They made me do that in elementary school, and I think that's why I got my disdain for reading because every year if I didn't read and read and read, I didn't get to go to the party in the year, and I had to get trapped in a room reading books, which for me was a nightmare and just hell. So I mean, I don't get me wrong, books are good. They're just not cut out for me. So because when I was a kid, I grew up with an Xbox and a GameCube. So like my babysitter used to bring over a GameCube. We used to play that like every day. And then like my mom bought me an Xbox and I used to play that every day. So I got just addicted, I guess, and used to just gaming. So I don't claim to be good at it, but I enjoy it just because of how it is, and I feel like I'm doing something, you know. So
It's just I was trying to get to the point that I mean I remember my first game system. It was a Nintendo 64. I still have it, and it still works. I mean I still have my original Xbox. The only reason why I stopped playing it was because I only got my 360 in 2010. Just to give you a reference how late I was to getting mine.
yeah, I got mine in 2011, I think. So I mean, I was late on the draw too.
But up till then, Matt, I had my my original Xbox, and I was happy. I mean, I had a PlayStation 2, I had the games, but that was more my sister's. It was full console. But that Xbox, it was mine. And I was so proud of this thing. And when people had 360s, I was just like, so what? I got all these games. They're my games. They're single-player games. I still have the games. I got about 100 sitting under my TV right now. And to the economy, they are worthless. They have no value. But to me, I would not trade these things if someone offered me $100 a piece for them. Just because it's my childhood. Just like my Nintendo 64, I have Quake. I have GoldenEye. I have all those original games. I hate Mario Kart for the 64.
Well, that was fun. I love Mario Kart.
I do too. But the point is, it's just like the way gaming's going. I mean, I know I'm not one to talk because I'm trying to promote a gaming channel for one, but it's to the point in a way that they're developing the Oculus Rift, they're developing virtual reality, and I've seen all these shows. Yes, they're kind of just you can't take them too hard, you can't take them too literal, but like Sword Art Online, the virtual reality, where you could possibly spend years in a virtual reality, not moving. You would never leave if you got stuck in there, and you would just live your life in there, although your human body would rot away. So yes, your mind would be contempt, but your physical body would not be nourished. Like, I know it's what to say because I'm sitting here as the picture of hell. No, I mean I know I have problems. Everybody has problems. I mean, even you, Matt, you have problems.
Yeah, I know. Hey. Let's not talk about that.
Let's not
We're
talk
talking about
about that.
virtuality right now.